Hey guys, yeah, I haven't made a video in quite a while. To be completely honest with you, I'm not just burnt out with YouTube. I'm burnt out with a lot of stuff. I've been overwhelmed with work. I know it doesn't look like it. The shop's pretty well empty, but I've had nothing but just log trucks, one after another. It's just all I can do just to keep up with the log trucks. I had well, as you can see, the disaster area, which usually is the case around here. Here's all the Cummins empty boxes from the last end frame that was Calvin's truck. Here's the cylinder head off of it. There's another head off a CM2250. This was an 871. We bought a new head from Cummins. Still got to get that one in the box. Then I got to get all his rod cores are laying over here. Calvin's was a pretty big disaster. I mean, he spent the money on it though. We put all the updated piston cooling nozzles in there, and then somebody had put this engine together. See, this is a liner out of a CM2350 that I had because I was trying to show Calvin what the problem was. This is a used liner out of one of the 2350s I rebuilt. See, that's a factory shim. That shim stays on the liner. It doesn't just, it's not one of those things that just falls off of there when you flip it upside down. You know, you would have to physically remove that. Well, he dropped a liner, and every one of these liners, these are all the liners out of his engine, not one liner has the factory shim on it. And this counterbore ledge down in the engine was worn real bad in certain spots, on 3 and 6 especially, and because it was all fucked up, you know, because somebody did that. I've never seen that before. Why would you take those off? Anyway, we had to cut all the ledges on it and shim all the liners up, and it was a major job. Then he wanted the front structure resealed while I was in there, and I still haven't even cleaned the mess up from that, because then all these log trucks started showing up one after another. Kevin's truck, and there was 2 more. Anyway, I'm so far behind out on my service calls. Third cutting and the potato harvest was going on, and I could not get to this Bale wagon. This come off a 1095 New Holland, and the milstak loader, like they had like 8 bales left to finish the field, and this milstak, this holds the actual whole milstak on the end of the Bale wagon, and it broke off right here. I'm trying to remember. So that mounted like that. So he said, no, we'll just finish up with our other Bale wagon. They had a BW28 that had a small bell loader on it, so they went and put the milstak, took the small bell loader off, put the milstak loader back on it, and finished up. And I said, let's drag it to the edge of the field. I've got so much shit going on. I don't know. I went over to a ranch yesterday that I was way behind on. I mean, I spent all day long. I'm almost 12 hours over there fixing ranch pickups that were all broke down out there. Put an injection pump in a 98 Chevy with a 6.5. What a project that is. Got it running again. Then the heater didn't work. He said the heater didn't work. So I got by Napa this morning, got a blower motor and a blower motor resistor. I got the blower motor and all that shit out of it. And then their 04 Duramax, the front hub wheel bearing assembly went out. And then I still got the twin star rake all torn apart from that ranch there, that the jack shaft that runs the baskets, the keyways and all that shit stripped out in it. And then they got us the wrong shaft the first time. And then we got the second shaft, and then of course I got all the log trucks and got busy and couldn't get back to it. And anyway, got to get this done. You know, I got guys on my ass, and that's the thing that's really changing with me, is I've been turning down anything outside my area anymore. I'm not doing it. It's just not worth the hassle of loading up and going halfway across the country. You do nothing but lose. Then you get all the people that pay your bills every day, that provide for you and make your life go around. you get them pissed off, then you're going to starve to death, you know? And so I'm finishing up some of these projects that I've got in these, you know, I'll go down to Wairika or something like that, maybe to Redding, an hour and a half away, but I ain't going 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not doing any more of that shit. It's just too much of a pain in the ass. So I'm done with that. And they can get as fucking mad as they want. You know, that is what it is. It's just, I can't do any more. I've run my fucking self into the ground. I'm running my body into the ground. My knees are shot. You know, and it's just, it is what it is, you know. You gotta say no sometimes, and that's my fault. Some of these guys come up with these goofy projects too, you know, that they should have never done to begin with. And then I should say, no, I don't want to do that. No, nobody wants to do that shit, you know? But I can't. But I'm learning how to say no. No, not only no, but fuck no. So anyway, that being my rant's over with, you know. We got to cut this out. It bent this. This mounts to the side of the frame. It bent this. So I just got another piece of 1/2-inch plate, which is this here. I was going to get a 3x3 foot chunk of 1/2-inch plate, and he told me a 3x3 foot chunk of 1/2-inch plate, mild steel, $472. 2x2 was $282. And I got a piece of 3/4 plate to beef this up here where it broke, make it a little stouter. So I guess first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this out here, and with the torch, and get that off of there. And I might put it on this piece of plate here and hit it with a sledgehammer or something and kind of straighten it out, and then I'll have kind of a template, you know. And I don't even think I'm trying to think this through here. Yeah, I'm just going to take it over there and put my mag drill on it and mark my holes over there on the machine and drill the holes. And then I'll flip it over and this has been kind of fabricated at an angle in here. This is not really, see how this is all scarfed in here. That's kind of different how they did that. Interesting. Huh. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Man, that piece was, man, it was on there. I finally got her off of there. I was trying to not take as much off, so I kind of had a template to go off of, which, I mean, I really don't need one. I can cut to fit. It's not that big of a deal, but anyway, I've got a rough idea of where I need to be. I kind of got into it here, so I went ahead and V'd it out really good. So we're gonna weld that all in there with 7018 here and here. This side here was not too bad. We might run a couple passes in there too, just to make sure that it's going to be okay. And we'll grind it flat, and then might take that piece over there and put it in the press and straighten it, and then got a little bit better template for it, you know. And we'll cut one out of that 1/2-inch plate. And once we get that figured out, and I might just tack it on there, just tack it like 2 or 3 spots just in case, you know, and get over there and make sure it lines up, and it's gonna come up against the frame rail flat. You know, that's the biggest concern. You don't know in these situations, yeah, did it tweak the frame when it bent that big old 1/2-inch piece of plate, and then you tack that here, and then you get over there and the son of a bitch ain't setting square, you know. So there's a lot of variables in this kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna get the old welder fired up, and we'll start doing a little 7018 on this, and get her welded up. while since I even done this garbage. Other, let's see which end was it, this end here, and grind it flat, and we'll deal with that. What do we have here? What do we have? So sliding on that jack stand. Oh, don't do that. We need that to stay on there. We are attached somewhere. Again. So maybe right on that corner right there is where our problem is. Let's see if we can work it loose. I might have to cut a little more on. I thought I could just keep working it and get it to pop loose. Okay, you miserable asshole. Just a little sliver of metal holding everything up. That's all it was. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I got this piece molded on there. Now that turned out there looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, that turned out all right. Well, I'm gonna eat some lunch, crane this in the back of the truck, take a couple jack stands to set the plate on. Kind of go over there and get it mocked up and figure out where I need to cut on this other one to make sure it ends up square. And see if we can get something done. Up here. Alright, I'm gonna have to tie it up. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? I'm gonna put the damn camera. forgot to put the center punch in it. Oh well. It's spring-loaded and it'll push this plug out, but that's okay. Be careful, it's sharp.
It rides right on there. This part's already dented in where it was riding originally on there, but now we got to cut that 1/2-inch plate, and we'll have to drill 2 holes for that too. So I got to figure that out now, and then that won't be too bad though. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the torch and blow the rest of this off, because they put this fish plate right up against that, and I think that's part of that metal. I couldn't get in there, so I'm gonna blow the rest of that off. Yeah. Cut me a piece out. Let's see what we got. I know I'm probably gonna have to loosen them bolts up over there and bring it back this way or something. Little. I know it probably won't be exactly right. We'll see what happens. Man, I keep fucking cramping up. Oh, hurt something fierce now. Whew. Get some on. Is it like... Yeah. I think. Huh. I didn't think about that very much. You know what? I fucked up. I don't know what I was thinking. I cut it for that. Right there is what I cut it for. And I shouldn't have done that. Well, wait a second. What the hell, you know? There's nothing wrong with that either. But I still got way too much material over here to even be close. I gotta cut a bunch of this shit off over here. Either that or I'm not wide enough here. I'm not wide enough. I didn't cut this piece wide enough. That's what I gotta do. I gotta cut a little more off of that. Okay. Well, kind of screwed up. I shouldn't have saddled it as deep as I did. I took the overall measurements, what I did, and I didn't need to come up past this. What happened is somebody had added this actual piece here, this fist plate on later, and I measured the whole thing. But anyway, it's not that big a deal. I just moved it up, drilled 2 more holes. I'll weld these shut. It'll be fine. It was all, you know, it's not doing anything anyway because it's sitting on this piece here. So this extra length out here is not, you're not gaining any structural strength by having this out here. The reality of the situation is this piece here, what's it actually, that's angled into that. I don't know why they did that. If this piece was straight, you could put 2 more bolt holes, you know, up here on this piece, but these weren't made for this. These are all an afterthought type thing. So anyways, we're gonna start welding, get things tacked up, and I'm gonna pull it clear back off and then weld it up good. But probably about the most I'm gonna get done is get it tacked and weld it up, and then have to come back tomorrow and finish it. Got her stitched in there a little bit. I gotta do a lot of trim this a little bit, and I still got to pull it back off, and then I'm gonna have to get around here on the back side and weld all this up real good back in here. It'd be a lot easier on the ground, or flip it up or whatever. And I'll need to trim a little bit. I probably don't need this right up against that. Anyway, my sun, I'm losing my light quick. Once the sun goes over the mountain there, it gets cold pretty quick. I know it's not Siberia or fucking Canada, but it gets cold. Cold for me. Anyway, I gotta roll all this shit up. I gotta put this Bale wagon back inside the barn.